All right. Hello. What's going on? Race Brain Podcast. My name is Rich Ryan. Joining me as always, Jack Bauer, Bracken Crocker. Today, my audio might not be as crystal clear, amazing as we typically are. My internet's not working great, so my microphone has now I'm on my phone and I haven't had the tech support situation. I'm still going to talk into the microphone like it exists, though, right? Does it still sound?
Yeah.
Does it still look good? Does it still look like I'm a professional kind of podcast person?
I don't know. Your video is so terrible looking. I can't tell what you're doing.
Records better. It records better. Yeah, I mean, I'm all on data right now, so I'm gonna soak it all up, use it all up for the sake of this show. We have some fun stuff today. We are going to be talking about OCR World Championships. We're going to draft. It's been a minute since we've been able to do that. Now let's just start real quick. We're going to talk about Hyrox Malmö. Our boy Dylan Scott doing work out there, making it happen. Were you guys surprised to see Dylan crush?
He's on a roll. Like, you saw what he did in Decafit in where was it, Philadelphia, where he just went sub 30. I think he was the fifth person ever to go sub 30. So we know he's fit, and he travels pretty well. He's done, I think he got 6th or 7th when he traveled over to Europe for previous Hyrox World Championships. So he can definitely travel internationally and do well. So good on Dylan.
I've given up trying to predict when someone's going to do well in hybrid, because there's no discernible pattern. It seemed like if you do well at Hyrox, you can't do too well at Deca in close proximity. Or if you do well at Deca, you're not ready for the grind of Hyrox. And when Dylan's rolling, he went over to Worlds and was cramping during his warm-up. And I can't predict it. So am I shocked he did well? No. He trains harder than any person I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
But am I surprised that it happened? Yes, because I'm surprised anytime someone pulls off a great Hyrox result, because it's so difficult to do.
That's a good point. So Dylan was outside of the top 15 leading for the majors because his PR last year was like 58.30 something, was in Chicago. That was in 2022. So this year they're taking a calendar year. All of your races in 2023 will count toward the majors in Chicago and Sweden and anything you've raced this season. So Dylan had to get a time. So that's why he was forced to go to Sweden. He runs, I don't have the times right in front of me. I'm all messed. I
think it was 58.48.
58.40 something.
Plus or minus a couple seconds. Yeah.
That puts him 16th. So he's still slightly outside of the elite 15. So if everyone shows up, he will be on the outside. But chances of that happening are pretty small. I'm guessing we're going to see him in Chicago, unless I think there's still like 6 races before Chicago happens. So unless we have a huge influx or we get a bunch of guys run fast at one course, I'm guessing he's going to be in. I'm thinking we're seeing him in Chicago.
Didn't he mention, it might have been in our group chat, I thought he said at least 4 people said they will not be there. So yeah, that seems like the odds are in his favor.
If anybody should know that people say stuff that they don't mean, Jack, it should be you.
It's probably me.
It should be you, but you
especially when it comes to drafting.
You are like, people are good. Inherently, they're good. I trust. I believe. Dylan's probably that way too. So you can look at the list and you can. I do it all the time. So I realistically think there's like probably 6 people in that Elite 15 that won't show. So being 16th is a pretty good spot.
Yeah, we still have some people who haven't debuted. We don't know if they will or won't. And we have some courses remaining that could pop off. But I think Dylan's in.
Mm-hmm. Who are some people that you're thinking?
Gut, yeah.
Go ahead,
Brian. Oh, I was going to say my gut is we won't have as many people travel to Europe right after or from Europe to the US for Chicago, because you have Sweden like 3 weeks after. And it's, if you can save a transatlantic flight and save some money, you're probably going to come out a little bit ahead. So that's just my gut, that you'll probably have 4 or 5 roll downs.
Those Euros are probably looking at us stinky Americans, though. Probably like, these guys are chumps. They're going to roll over.
I would be.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in their shoes, the courses more and more are playing out to not being crazy fast over there. At least so far this year, that's the narrative.
That's true.
And Dylan beat them at his game. They had him. And so they would just look at this, if I were them, and saying, listen, I had him for a long time. I just got to fine tune a little bit. And I'm going to smash him. And we beat Rich. We beat these people who've come over. Like, we're fine. Look what we did at World Championships. We're going to be all right.
For sure. For sure. I think that, and they're saying they're going to pay out everyone in the top 15. I mean, that's what rumors are. They haven't released anything. So come over here, get 15th, get $100. No problem. That's great. Pay for, I don't know.
Airport not the best financial decision if you're getting $100 and you're traveling across the Atlantic, but I mean,
yeah, we
$100
get that
discount on your
bonus
vacation
match.
Yeah,
that 15th place bonus.
If you can work a 15th place into your contract, good for you.
That's the Magida move. He's going to have that in there next time. So
yeah, there's never been a you must be top 3 to have your prize money match. People just say, well, match prize money.
That's actually a good point. Also in this race, we saw Michael Sandbach, CH, the way we say that. Wasn't sure how this race was going to play out for him. He had a bit of a rough end to the 2022 season. He finished, I think, 12th, 13th or so in the World Championships. And after a very strong start of the season, he just had seemed like a couple bad breaks, got sick. Since then, he's moved. He lives in the Middle East now. So I did not know how this would go for him, but he races how he races. He was aggressive up front and just kind of tried to hang on as much as he can on that back half. And it looks like Dylan had like a sub-3 lunge, which is not something we would necessarily expect from Dylan, who's such a grinder on a station that could be a little bit more power and explosiveness. But he was just willing to go there. And then they both got to the wall balls, and neither of those two are super impressive when it comes to wall balls, but they did all of their work up front before that. So Sandy should be pretty encouraged with that result, even though the race played out how the races typically do play out when he's involved. But I would be encouraged basically. Like, he put together 6 awesome stations to get him to that point.
Yeah, this is how you start a season, I think, if you're him. A lot of encouraging data points on course. He looked a little bigger than we saw him last, I thought. Looked a little bit more yoked, like he's had some time, either less time doing cardio or more time lifting. And to still come out and kind of do what he's done, assuming he's got time to extend all his fitness in his areas, that's a great start to his year. And he looks so tan now, living in where is he, in Qatar?
I think so.
Yeah, I think Doha.
Doha.
Whenever I say that, I want to say it like what's the announcer's name who does the track and field? Who's British? Who does the U.S.? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's the U.S. commentator. He does the U.S. races. The commentator. Whatever. They always throw like ERs in there. Doha.
Tim something.
I don't know. I always want to throw an R in there. Doha. Yeah. Doha. But just Doha.
If you're Dylan or Michael, who did broke 59 in Malmö, Sweden, are you like, I'm glad that I didn't go to Madrid, or do you kind of wish that you felt things out a little bit more at this point? Because one, you got a faster time, but you didn't face the competition where you could have either finished 6th because there was more competition, or you could have just won and then had even more confidence going into the rest of the season because you took everyone down. It's a little weird question.
Totally happy with everything you did, except you missed the chance to stand on top of Rich. That's the only thing. Like, for national pride, burn him down just right in front of all the cameras. That's the only thing you missed out on. I don't think anyone's ever upset when they go rock a Hyrox.
100%. I think it would have been a wash the way the courses were kind of playing out. There were some funny turns in Malmö, and the sled just seemed fair. It wasn't
pole
anything
seemed
crazy.
Nasty.
What's that? The pole seemed nasty?
The pole seemed nasty.
Yeah. I'm just talking like head-to-head competition. Never mind, not course differences, anything like that.
I honestly don't think it matters.
It was pretty good competition in Malmö too.
Yeah, and I think of all all the race styles I've ever run, I think that Hyrox matters the least who's there in terms of what you learn about yourself. I truly believe that.
We saw it in what in Poland where Eric Woodward, he came out of Heat 2 and ended up winning the race. Like sometimes not being around even better competition might result in your best race.
The one thing it doesn't do is what Dylan got to go through, is feel what it's like to have a stampeding herd of people move away from you and have to respond. That's the only thing. Stay calm in the fire, that kind of thing. That's the only thing you're missing out on. But I think you get that in any European course. I really do. Even if they don't run sub 60, they run sub 60 for 3 stations.
That's for sure. What was Dylan come out of the sled push in?
I don't have that in front of me.
I would guess 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I mean that seems right. And then his pull was solid. Did he make up a bunch of ground there?
I would guess 5th or 6th.
Okay, not a ton.
I watched the coverage, but I didn't make notes on it. They were doing a lot of things where they would sit there and wait, and then they'd move over to the station, and 1 and 2 would already be starting. So it's kind of hard to get a grasp on who came in when and what the time gap was. I was trying to do splits and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we had Eric Woodward. He was in this race. I think he finished 4th. And Harry Thompson was like 61 and change, who was a sub 60 guy in the UK, which is impressive because those UK courses are super tight. They're old venues, so it's like a lot of laps. It's like racing in New York, most of those UK courses. Mm-hmm. So being able to go under 60. So he's a very formidable Hyrox athlete as well. Jack, would you be able to pull up the women's? Do you have the?
Yeah.
I'll just in the front side. So coming up this weekend, we have Rimini. We'll see Eugenio out there again. Eugenio Bianchi, and Camilla's actually going over as well.
Eugenio Bianchi.
No, I was just with some Italian people. They were saying Eugenio.
Really?
Yes, okay. Jack.
AU doesn't make any sense to me. I'm never going with it.
AU.
Even if you're right.
I've heard it on Spartan broadcasts in the past. That's what I was going off of. So maybe it was someone.
Was it you on the broadcast saying it?
No.
Went back and heard yourself say it? Like, this is great.
Wasn't you, though, because you don't do
Think of
broadcasts.
all the times Kevin Donahue has mispronounced the American names on the broadcast. So just assuming that we mess up our own names, there's a real good chance they mess up their own names.
Yeah.
Because there's a Eugenio in Mexico as well. Maybe Spanish versus Italian. But we're going Eugenio out here for Bianchi.
It's a hard G, I know for sure.
Yeah. There's people in Europe saying Johnny Lamaluma. After all those times being mispronounced by KG on the...
His name is not
KG,
hard to say.
KD. It is in the flow of it when you're fired up, I guess.
It's a little tongue twister. Yeah, his name definitely sounds the way it's spelled. That's for sure. That's for sure.
All right, if you want the results, I can. I'll give you the top 3.
And shout out to Johnny.
Top 3 results. Shouts to Johnny.
He's
been doing work.
Johnny, I don't know who's all paying attention out there, but he should be. He's running some legit races, crossing the line, looking good in courses you shouldn't, and winning or putting up big results. So congrats, Johnny. We're watching you.
Oh yeah. All right. First place. Wow, these are going to be some pronunciations. Vicky Polidoro with the 1:10.22. Second place, Brioni Keys 1:12.39, and third, Lucy Proctor 1:13.17. So none of the top women broke 70 in this one. I really don't have a whole lot of info on them because usually we're paying more attention to the women in the mid 60s or lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, none of these women are going to factor into. If you're looking at Elite 15 for the women's side, you're sub 66. So they're well off of those times right now. We haven't seen that quite happen yet. We haven't seen that Meg Jacoby, Michaela Norman of this year. I'm sure there's going to be someone who will fight into that Elite 15 who is new. I don't know if we'll have 2 athletes break the world record and finish in the top 3 at the regional championships like we had last year. But
yeah,
we'd expect to see some new names pop up. But so far this whole season, like, there hasn't been a lot of impressive times across the board.
Jezebel
really.
was 66 or something when she won.
Yeah, Alina Vilna was saying 66 and change.
Vicky, who ended up winning this race, she traveled from South Africa to Sweden. That is a long travel day.
Seems like it's just straight up. Shouldn't it just be like...
It's like basically South Pole to North Pole. Not really.
You can almost sail straight there, I think.
Yeah, just Just one direction, dude. Just go north. You'll be there.
I think I'd have to verify it, but I thought there was some random geography trivia where you can sail technically in a straight line from India to the U.S.
I saw that, and it caused a lot of drama online until people realized that we're talking about a globe.
Yeah.
The round Earth community out there talking.
Yeah, the round Earth, the flat Earth deniers.
The round Earth. Yeah.
That's the proper way to put it. Yeah.
So I'm going to look up how far it is of a flight.
All right. Well, and that means
what city should we choose in South Africa?
Let's do Jayburg, as they call it. I think.
Jack. Yeah. Man of the people. And then while Bracken's doing this, we also had a Barcelona Deca, and we did see Michaela, the king with the lisp. We saw Michaela come out and crush again. I told
so many people that story.
Yeah, and it's true. Just because
it's not true.
It's true. You're just believing what you read on the internet.
I'm like one of those flat Earth deniers. I'm the lisp denier.
Why else would they say it like that? Doesn't make any other sense. Chorizo, like that.
There's no proof of how anybody ever. We don't even know how like George Washington sounded. There's no audio record.
Yeah, he had wooden teeth. We have a good estimation of how he probably sounded with wooden teeth.
I mean, Bracken, you and I do not have wooden teeth, and we don't sound the same. So I don't know if I can go with that argument.
You're a lisp denier. Unbelievable.
Lisp denier.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. So then we had our guy Alphonse out there taking care of business, just doing work. The times were very slow outside of Michaela's time. Most of the times were just not like really like. I think it was Alphonse just doing Alphonse stuff out there. I think he was 32 low, 32.10ish maybe, and then it was like 30. And then it was like a minute back, so he was the only one under 33. So they have those 3-lap courses, and they're just going to be slow. They have different tanks. I don't know how that's going to play into it, but
I think
no nonstop flights.
Not a single one.
Not on the dates I chose.
What about how the crow flies?
I could see like a London to somewhere in South Africa or Paris having nonstop, but
best I'm looking is 14 and a half hours
in the air. It's a big day
of travel time.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Not in the air. Counting layover.
That's like East Coast U.S. to
counting
the Middle
layover?
East. That's a
I mean, counting layover, yeah. That's about what I was doing in Spain.
Not many time zone changes, but still, because it's vertical.
That's true.
You would still change one.
Yeah, at least one.
If not two.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know.
Don't know.
We can't tell. Impossible. Could be like way over here. Could be a whole deal. Yeah. Who knows?
Rich, you were just mentioning Decafit Spain. Was Ruben Patino? Was he in there?
He was not. Ruben Patino, a new name that I had on the hybrid fitness rankings.
You and I both put him there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I had me way off. I'm like, not even receiving votes. Everyone else is still so nice on there, having me like 8th through like 15th.
I had you like 18th or something. But
that's nice of you.
This kind of feels like when Stafford went down with his injury and everyone's like, the Rams are the reigning Super Bowl champs. They're like, yeah, we know. But they're going to miss the playoffs. I feel like that's how you're trying to set yourself up right now is don't even think about me. I may have won Worlds, but I am not even on the radar. Keep me off of here.
Just got to go by the power rankings, man. What have you done lately? I'm like the Peyton Manning on the Broncos. Just going to be
throwing ducks.
Just
which year?
I mean, he stunk both years.
Yeah, I was like, he had no arm strength when he was.
But one year,
wasn't his first year. He popped off.
He set the record, but he was throwing just like 6-yard dumps, and then everyone was getting yards after the catch the whole season.
No, he was throwing dimes.
Peyton Manning probably had like 3 balls in the air longer than 20 yards his entire time with the Broncos. He had no arm strength after that pinched nerve.
Didn't he win the championship when he was throwing ducks?
The defense won that championship, but his first year he was dropping dimes.
Yeah.
Can we just acknowledge one time that Peyton Manning's wife was listed as a recipient of multiple shipments of EPO and HGH?
I didn't know.
HGH,
EPO?
Maybe not EPO.
I was going to say, what's
HGH
his 5K?
for sure.
Peyton Manning break 60?
Minutes, no.
All I'm saying as a Tom Brady supporter, I'm okay to see any controversy involving Peyton Manning because
like he's not enhanced. Tom Brady does it the right way.
Tom Brady's natural.
Maybe Peyton Manning.
That guy hasn't eaten a nightshade since 1999.
I was going to say that's the thing. Maybe Peyton Manning's just eating too many eggplant, and if he just avoided the tomatoes, he would be on Tom Brady's Super Bowl level. All right, so let's move along. We have some things we can talk about for DecaFit in terms of qualifications, including the biggest news that we have to drop. We're not a news show. We should state. Well, we're going to talk about that at some point, but breaking news right now: Jack Bauer in the top 20 for DecaFit.
Roll down. This is my first time hearing about it.
I didn't mention it, Bracken. I wanted to see a raw reaction.
Oh my goodness!
So I was on the ski erg doing a compromised station workout, and it was like 8-9 minutes for each round, and then there was a couple minutes in between there. And I had my phone up because it was like 4 different back-to-back workout or machines, and then they changed the order in between rounds, and I just kept forgetting what it was. And I'm on the ski erg, and I look down and I get an email notification that says like DecaFit, congratulations, ... And I'm like, what the? So I just like hopped off that thing right there, logged in, and got like within 2 minutes I signed up, and I was like, oh my God, there was actually a spot. I couldn't believe it. So I barely snuck in, but
hell yes,
you did. Happy.
I would not have done this to anybody else if I didn't think I was confident to run fast post knee injury. That wouldn't have been fair to anybody else, but I think I'm going to be in a good spot.
Your spot.
How many weeks?
You got 9 weeks,
10 weeks,
8 weeks.
Yeah, we got some time.
Yeah.
So are you just going to ditch Hyrox work and go straight into the double cave? I mean the Deca cave.
Oh, I'm still planning on racing with you and everything.
I need
to put in some
Hyrox.
Yeah, I can't do a Hyrox without at least practicing some weighted lunges and some wall balls. But my machine works good, Bracken, so we'll be good there.
And the weights are about the same.
The weights are sleds.
Yeah, farmer's carry and lunges.
Yeah. All it's basically the same exact thing. No, it's not. It's not.
It's not going to be that. It's not that different.
Open weights versus Deca.
Sled pull. Oh yeah, because it's not the pro weight.
Come on, man.
You're right.
You're talking to the doubles guy.
I was gonna say I'm talking to the defending champs. I should know better than to assume.
I've read the doubles handbook 4 times.
Who else has
ultimate hybrid team competitor?
That's true. Glue guy.
Yeah. No, but I think
Robert Ory. Robert Ory of Hyrox.
Get those rings.
Andre Iguodala.
Key contributor.
Yeah, because Iggy was athletic. Iggy was athletic
at one point. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Iggy. That is your Hyrox comp.
Thank you.
Iguodala had that behind the backboard, like Allen Iverson threw it, and he caught it behind there and did like a windmill from behind the back. That was a sick.
He was crazy.
Dunk. And you probably remember that as a Sixers fan.
I think he was a 7-foot high jumper.
Yeah. When he came in the league, he was a freak athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's also a freak athlete in Deca. We're going to see him out there.
Boom.
Congratulations.
And I've got Cirrus Arena this weekend, so I'm pretty pumped.
Shit.
So that'll be my real test. It's some running in there. Rich, I did some 6-minute pace strides yesterday for 400s on short rest, so that's the fastest I've run in a while. So
nice.
It definitely felt a little harder than I remember 6 flat pace, but yeah.
What is a stride for 400?
I did 400 meters as opposed to just strides. The only time that I ever touched 6-minute pace in this rehab process was during strides.
Maybe those are striders. Maybe that's what that word is.
Strides.
Striders,
no, there's one
striders
R.
are before a race. Strides are after a run. That's what we've decided. Striders.
What is it before a workout?
Striders nor strides are 400 meters. I think those are striders.
I did a 10K stride cut down this weekend.
I did a marathon dash. Yeah.
All right, continue. Just being pedantic.
I know. Yeah. I mixed up the terminology there. No, I did 400 meter repeats at 6 flat pace, which felt good. So that means give me a month, I'll be able to hold that a lot longer.
We're gonna see a Vidal.
I hope so. I'll give him the business for the second straight year.
Give him that work. Give him that work.
He's approaching 100 podiums.
I was just going to say, the transitive property.
He got number 97 this past weekend. Yeah.
That means you could have 98 since you beat him at Cirrus.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
All right. Spending too much time here.
Name the property. Quick. What's the property?
Associative?
Transitive, isn't it?
Transitive.
Transitive. You're right.
Baby
Yeah.
Rich.
My bad.
Philly public
Got you,
school
son.
system.
Out here.
Stand up.
Representing. Let's talk about some OCR. We talked about hybrid enough. We're going to have more hybrids to talk about. We have one of the 7 world championships. Two of the 10 world championships of OCR coming up this weekend. OCRWC recently bought by Spartan Race. We'll touch on that briefly. But for the first time ever in Mammoth, California, this course is going to be pretty interesting, and we're going to draft for it. We're going to put it out there. So the least prepared I've ever been for a draft. Jack, you're going to have to carry the load heavily. I don't know really anything here. I have no idea on anything. I don't have the wheel of names available. I have nothing to do.
Am I going to have to do the wheel of names?
Can you get
Bracken, how about you do the wheel of names?
You know I'm not.
Gonna pull up Excel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's the deal, guys. I transitioned this week to a standing desk. I can't reach my mouse without.
You do look taller.
You are standing. Nice job.
Yeah, I'm not used to those arm shoes at your head height. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at. I can get low.
Oh man, what's getting the raw deal there? What's the what's on the bottom shelf that you're getting there? I can't even tell. Looks like are those spikes?
On this side, we have Reebok All-Terrain Supers, my favorite version of them. And on this side, we have the Nike Lunar Racer 3s.
Wow.
Ran my 5K PR in that shoe.
No big deal.
Which is 1551? 42.
Close in 451 after giving up during mile 2.
How do you do it? You got
Get out, give up, get a little bit of glimpse of hope and kick it in.
I mean, that's kind of how Rich has run the past couple races.
In hybrid style.
Yeah. It was like 91 degrees. It was so hot. I'd had a few the day before. It's like, man, well, I don't know what I'm doing out here. So I did basically a stride fartlek is what we're saying.
Strider fartlek?
Strider
fartlek. All right. Oh, also, I did get the Deviate Nitro Elite 2.
Ooh, they rove.
They
arrived.
Did.
A rove? Okay, Bracken, no more Strider comment. Like
a rove. They have a roving.
We're having a hard time with our language today, but I'll give you a bit of a synopsis later on. I've tested them out a little bit, but need to get a little bit more time in them. Feel great.
Can you reach them?
I don't have them with me right now. No.
Oh.
I know. I'm not prepared.
I'm not knowing where your toddler is.
I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared to talk about them. The bottom, the look of it seems right, but like the feel of it on just like an indoor floor so far, it's not sticky. It's not sticky. Yes, I'm a little concerned about how it would work on a polished concrete floor. They would work for Chicago because that's not polished concrete, so I'll bring them. And not super aggressive.
Chicago a little slick.
Oh, did you really?
I didn't wear RC Elites there. I thought turning was a little slick.
I have worn RC Elites there.
No,
and I wore those. No, and I wore those stupid shoes during our doubles last year, which had not good grip. Those Rebellion
Flash.
I put not even. I think they're just like the straight up Rebellion. I put those in the trash.
You had me try those on in the hotel room the night before, and I put my feet in these, and I thought, this feels like if, like, Icebug or someone decided to try to make a tempo shoe. Someone that had never felt the shape of a human foot made a shoe.
It was not right. Still need to get those Rebellion Pros on these feet, though. I think that might be my shoe.
I think so.
I've got a quick shoe update just on last week's episode. Chris Rogloski messaged me. Yeah. And she said the Ultra Rivera, she wore those during her Hyrox World Championship. Mm-hmm. So clearly good enough grip. If you're a zero drop person like me, Ultra Rivera seems to be the one. And Dave Claxton also messaged me that also.
Bridget Brown wears those as well.
She just reaches out to everyone to let them know their mistakes.
Did she let you know?
Yeah, she let me know. She said she's worn the Escalante Racer for Deca, but Hyrox the Rivera.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think I said Torin maybe or something. Like idiot.
You had a shoe that was like one that isn't even like in their main line. You went deep cut just to flex your knowledge and was just like way off. It was like a few.
What they all wrote or whatever. I think that's a good one for it, but I never claimed she wore that.
Yeah, you were just in your bag, just letting people know.
You're just giving recommendations.
My bag is like Santa Claus's.
Bracken, his shoe knowledge is so good that he could, even if the video quality is as bad as Rich's right now, he could pick out what shoe you're wearing.
Not always.
Not always, but close.
Usually.
I struggle with stills of road races sometimes.
All right. Time to draft.
Let's draft. So today we will draft. And in our draft format, we do snake style drafting. We get no keepers on this one because the last draft that we had was a Spartan race. So fresh draft for this one. Because there's 2 different races, we are going to draft 2 different teams. So we're going to draft 3K and then 15K. We're going to have 7 competitors on each team. So
3 men, 3 women, and a wild card.
3 men, 3 women, wild card. Will score the top 5 in each event, and then we'll have 4 outcomes then, correct? Because we'll score those separately.
2 separate head-to-head matchups each race.
Yes. Cross-country scoring, lowest point total wins, and again, it's dual meet style, so it'll be me versus Jack, me versus Bracken. So it's like 2 different events in one, not just like an invitational style scoring. We still have 2 block cards available, and we don't know when we're going to be able to draft again. Who the heck knows? So be on the lookout for some blockage. Jack used his last time to get that TVT, and that worked out pretty well. What did he finish 4th in that race?
He just missed the podium, correct? Yep.
Yeah, so that worked out fairly well. We will spin the wheel of names. I don't know I don't know our records. I don't think I'm winning.
I'm whooping you guys this year.
I don't have that in front of me. I cannot confirm this. If I was
this
winning,
is like my 5K. I took the middle mile off.
7 minutes. Break after 7. So now he's going to get back.
I do
to
have
the back
last
end.
year's. I have last year's results. So in the 3K, I won with 21. Rich got second with 23, and then Bracken and RIP Kirk, he got 25 last time. The 15K, however, was a different story where Bracken and Kirk got 1st, 2nd, 2nd, 5th, and 5th. They got 15 points, which is just murdering us.
The cross-country sweep.
I was 2nd with 30. Rich was 3rd with 33. So
that's no problem.
I went 1-1. Kirk went, and Bracken went 1-1, and Rich went 0-2.
We're fine. We're feeling redemption this time. Jack, who is not showing up to this event?
I think the better question is who is showing up to this event. Realistically, we'll start with the women. The 3K and the 15K you're seeing, just like at the FISO Championship in Belgium recently, some people are picking their race. Like Annie Doobie's not doing the 3K, but she is doing the 15K only. So we've seen that in the past where some athletes have decided to specify on one. Tyler Veerman, I believe, didn't do the 3K last year. He only did the 15K. So you've got some people just being like, I'm doing one race, I'm focusing on it. That's what it is. Any podium on the women's side is not going to be easy. So I think that makes it, despite a lot of the names not being there, you still have Nicole, Lindsay, Annie, and several others that will go over showing up. So I think all podiums are very well earned on the women's side. Same with the men's side. You've got guys like Tyler Veerman, Ryan Atkins, Manuel Defoe, Leon Kofa. You've got plenty of legitimate podium contenders on both of the lists, but it's essentially an American field with a handful of international athletes. Not too many Europeans. There are more people from Chile racing in the pro heat than from Europe. Just saying. That
Chile.
Good on them. But I feel like in the past, you have more Europeans than Americans for the most part. I think we only have a couple of Canadians, even if I'm looking over this list. Yeah, pretty much just Ryan and Lindsay at this point. So not exactly as diverse of a field as we were looking for.
In hindsight, moving to a difficult get-to Mammoth was
difficult for U.S. people, never mind international.
That's what I'm saying. Ended up being a very complicated hassle to throw into the works in conjunction with FISO happening and getting a good draw out. I wonder how much regret's happening on this side, thinking we're going to be arguably less of a world championship than FISO FISO was, and we were the incumbent. That's tough to look back on, I think, in hindsight.
It'd be hard to argue the opposite. It'd be hard to argue that this field is a more competitive world championship
I don't think
event.
You can.
I don't think so either. I think you lose that argument.
It's a great North American field. It's a great United States field. And as we've seen, that's in this style of competition, the U.S. is no longer the world.
Yeah.
This is like a Spartan National Series race.
Yeah.
It's relatively competitive.
Yep.
It's still good.
It's unfortunate.
If this was any local weekend race, you'd be like, I don't stand a chance. But it's reminiscent of 2021 OCR Worlds when it was post-COVID and it was hard for a lot of Europeans to travel over here. You still had really good athletes coming over at the top, but the depth, you didn't have those like 10 to 15 place Europeans or South Africans or Australians who can like just mix things up. Even Canadians, you just don't have that depth at the moment.
The interesting thing to me, though, is that we've seen this across the board in the industry. This is how Spartan World Championships is now, once they moved. There's something about moving that changes it, because Tahoe got very good international buy-in. And that's
you didn't see the international athletes do as well, though, at Tahoe, but they still showed up.
But in attendance. And then they moved location, and you got less buy-in. And now OCR Worlds moves location to a location that's not that much tougher to get to than Tahoe, and they get less buy-in. There's something about changing to a location that automatically makes it tenuous. And if the location's not a obvious improvement either in quality or logistics, it really puts you on difficult ground. I think Abu Dhabi fits the bill and Mammoth fits the bill at a tough time in sporting industry.
Mm-hmm. Do we know what the payouts are for this? Last year, I don't think they announced the payouts until the race was about to happen.
I think that's the same thing.
We don't know
this year. Yeah,
that's
so it's just on top of everything else, right?
Right. Not looking to beg on them because I really like everyone involved with this race, but this is very OCR.
This is an OCR race. We've now seen it from several different organizations operating basically the same way. It's like, hey, do we have to be forthcoming about what's happening? No one, everyone will understand that we just won't tell them anything. So
if I'm going to rip FISO FISO for not announcing payouts, I have to be consistent.
Have they announced that yet? Do we know?
They may have announced it. I didn't see it.
Me neither.
Let me just add in full judgment until we can confirm our ignorance.
Yeah, but you could be right. Let me just throw out a couple stats on this. So if we're looking at last year's, in 2022, the second year in Stratton, so in East Coast, easy for Europeans to reach it. If we're looking at the 15K, you had Ida, Sarah Beckstrom, Ulrika, Signe, Clara, Dominique, Corian. So you had 7 of the top 15 on the women's side for the 15K from Europe, and same exact thing on the men's side. So it was about half and half. This year, you're probably going to have like 2. It's weird because, and I actually talked with Ulrika because she signed up but is not traveling. I think she signed up last year, after finishing in Stratton. It seemed like she thought that athletes in Europe were like, well, it's an OCR championship. Everyone's going to be there. We're just going to stay in Europe. It's easier to travel to, and we know the competition is high. So they got way more buy-in than I think OCR Worlds by entry expected. Yeah, FISO got more buy-in than I think a lot of people expected. And we said it even going there when we were doing our recap episode. We were like, this is basically European Championship sprinkled in with a few North Americans. And now it's the opposite. This is a North American Championship sprinkled in with a couple Europeans. So it's like you combine the two of them, you've got everybody, but very few athletes besides like Ian Hosick, Nicole, Annie, and a couple others were at FISO, who will also be at OCR Worlds in Mammoth this weekend.
I've thought about this very intensely for like the last 15 seconds, and I'm pretty sure that this is how we should format everything. OCR Worlds should take place in Europe every year. and Spartan World should take place in North America.
Yeah.
And then
right.
We're saved.
I think we'd be happy with that over here.
Yeah.
Because European style resembles more of what OCR Worlds has been known to be, and Spartan style is more what the U.S. racers are accustomed to. So it's an easy fix, especially now that Spartan is involved with or owns all the brands.
It's tricky because OCRWC is owned and run by Americans, which makes it very difficult to put it on overseas. They've done it, but it's an American brand.
If you look back at when they held it in London, though, you had a pretty solid turnout from North Americans, but it still wasn't close to the same, that would see if it was held in Canada or in the US from the North American side.
But the best Euro-style North Americans went. And I think that's the key. We didn't see the names that would show up to Tahoe, but they're not the people that would do as well, and they knew that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they would chase every Spartan Race series event and not go over theirs, because they know where their strengths lie.
Yeah. If you guys want to take a guess how many of last year's top 10 3K finishers on the men's side will be racing this weekend?
3.
I was going to say 3. Shit. Oh, 3. I was going to say 3.
We all said 3.
I'm taking the win on that one too. Me and BK.
Double win right there. It's the only one you're getting during this draft. But you're missing VJ, Kempson, Sean Roberts, Jessa DeHare, Jonas Drescher, Samuel Hebert, Ryan Brizolara. That's quite the missing group of athletes there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You had 6 missing in the 15K for the men's side. So and if I looked at the women's field, I'm sure it would be very similar, where you're missing at least half of the top 10 athletes from last year at Stratton.
So this isn't a conversation for now. Next week we can talk about. I'm interested in what we think the intent of Spartan now owning this would be, and what that kind of means for the sport going forward. Kind of what BK was alluding to. It's like, where are these championships going to be? What do they mean? That we can really spend a lot of time on that. But we need to draft. We need to make this thing happen. This course, just real quick, it's going to start at like 8,500, just under 9,000 feet, I believe. It doesn't seem to have a ton of climbing. It looks like the 3K gives you about 500 feet. The 15K about 2,200 feet. So in terms of a mountain course, it's not incredibly steep or have the demands. And it looks kind of rolling, more or less. It looks like there's going to be a couple up and downs, but not like one big, huge climb like what we would have in years prior in Stratton, where they're gaining, over 1,000 feet in one climb. It doesn't look like it's going to play out that way, but the altitude should be a factor here. All right, I have names in this Beats headphones.
I have the wheel of names pulled up. You want to downgrade to pulling paper out of a?
I didn't know if you could handle it. I didn't know if we could handle it.
I like the preparation.
Rich, we're going with your method. Let's do it. You are the wheel of names person. We're just doing the bag of names.
I am the wheel of names. All right, we're going to shake this thing up. I'm going to pull it out.
This is for the 3K, and we'll do a separate one for the 15K after.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear, the 3K is scored as men and women on one team, and the 15K is men and women on one team?
Correct.
Yep,
if you draft athlete A on the 3K, you do not get them for the 15K. Right. You would have to redraft them.
Richard just said something about 4 separate scores, and I wanted to clear up that there are 2 separate scores.
Well, there's 4 different outcomes.
There's head-to-head, like I'm facing Rich, I'm facing Bracken.
Gotcha.
3K, I'm also facing Rich again and Bracken again in the 15K. Yes. So that's 4 head-to-heads, but, that'll get added in.
Yeah, okay, good.
All right, Jack, you got your stupid name got pulled out of the bag of names.
Hell yeah.
What do you want? We'll pick what you like.
For the 3K, geez, I should have looked at this a little better. Let's go with second.
Okay, let's shake this up. Shake it up. Got a name here. Thinking this is my name. It's my name. I will be first. BK, you, sir.
Give me 3 spot.
You got that 3 spot.
All right, let's do the 15K while we're at it, or do you just want to? do it a second time after.
No. I don't want to do it yet. I don't want this impacting anything.
We got good momentum going for
We got to let the cards cool off.
Yep. Let's, Jack, can you pull that thing up? Because I can't.
And yeah. And they might actually be cards this time, Bracken. So
we're drafting.
Pulling out.
We are drafting. I'm up first.
We haven't drafted in a long time.
This is actually a bad choice. I want to switch mine. I'm picking third.
Nope. Block card.
I don't think the teams are able to. Wait, can you do it on a draft position?
Because I already accepted the next pick.
I've decided I'm drafting third here.
I already accepted the next pick. I veto.
This is wait. These are all the names.
I sent you guys the list. Yeah. For the
I don't
3K.
have my whole setup situation. Okay, there we go. That's better. That's everybody, right?
Yep. These 4 columns.
Okay.
It's like a savage race.
Maybe.
Which speaks to the power of Savage's draw this year.
Sean Roberts is doing Savage Dallas instead of OCR Worlds.
Now, I'm not seeing a Lindsay Webster on here.
I texted you guys if she's in it. Good call, Bracken. My mistake.
Wait, is Ida not here?
Ida is in the U.S. but is not racing.
Okay, so I want to discuss this quickly. Very, very quickly. I read her rationale for it. I support her not doing it in order to get uninterrupted training, but she said I should be at altitude and training specifically for something, and it's a hard venue to get to. She's already in Colorado, and this takes place at higher altitude than where she lives. I think she's missing a chance here to get a not primed Lindsay and win back-to-back world championships and cement her place on Mount Rushmore. This, I think, is but a potentially defining career moment that she's passing up on. And the only thing she'd be costing herself is one day not at altitude while she travels, but even half of that day is going to happen in the air at a very high altitude.
At higher altitude, yeah.
Although there's some pressurization there. I don't know how science works. Anyway, I think it's a miss. I agree with her decision from a standpoint of I'm all in on Mexico, but man, if I had the opportunity to two-peat over Lindsay and cement my status, I would be here to do that.
How about beating Lindsay and Nicole in the same year at championship?
This is her Mount Rushmore moment. I would take it.
So real quick, just while we're on Ida, it's been a point that whenever we've talked about the Mount Rushmores of OCR, you guys have given me crap for putting Corrine Carlson up there or high on the list. I looked
Mount
it up.
Rushmore? That's 4.
No. I didn't put her on Mount Rushmore. Maybe I put her like 4 or 5. And then I've adjusted it since. But you guys gave me crap early on. I looked up the head-to-head record for Corrine Carlson versus Ida. Corrine is 5 wins, 2 losses head-to-head at OCR Worlds against Ida.
Yeah, I don't care.
I almost took my headphones out to not hear that fact.
Yeah.
Didn't even want it.
This isn't a shot against Ida.
Lifetime record. It's like having a lifetime winning record against Kempson. You caught him for his first 2 years, and then you never caught him in his prime. I just don't like a lifetime record.
The last year, Corrine won the 100 meters and the 200 meters in London. The 100 meters and the 15K, and then she has beaten Ida in the 3K as well in 2018. So
the 100? You're counting a 100 meter?
I'll remove one. So she's 4 and 2 in the standard distances. She won a world championship that Ida also competed in.
It's good stats, Jack.
Pinnacles.
They're good stats. I just don't care about them.
Same.
All right.
And it's too bad because I like her as
Corrine has got a bad reputation from you guys. I'm just trying to give her a little bit of validation.
You're giving her a bad reputation by forcing us to defend the negative.
How dare you?
Not forcing you. You guys can
she's
just
a monster.
Own up and admit it.
I feel forced.
She's a monster.
All right, I'm picking. We're drafting. It's time. With the first pick of the 2023 OCR World Championships draft.
3K.
Lindsay Webster.
Shocker.
Give me that. we got Lindsay versus Nicole. First time since Nicole got hurt, right? They were both at what was that event in Jacksonville?
Hildevat?
At Hildevat, yeah. First time we've seen them against each other since then. Before that, it was... Does Nicole have the last win in their head-to-head? Was it Spartan World Championships the last time they actually raced each other?
2019. I thought Lindsay won Jacksonville 2020. I might be getting those mixed up.
Over Nicole?
Yeah, Nicole was dominant the year before. She won by like 4 minutes or something, but I thought Lindsay got the better of her because Lindsay's unbeaten streak extends to 2020. So I think Nicole's last win head-to-head against her.
Nicole dominated 2020 Jacksonville.
Did she?
Was Lindsay not there?
Atkins was definitely there.
Lindsay and Nicole.
How the women played out.
Lindsay for sure was there.
By minutes.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember
results.
No, Lindsay has not lost this century or this decade in Spartan race. So I think the last loss that she had, which meant Nicole was there, was at 2019 Tahoe. Head-to-head.
Nicole won when Lindsay was not there. Would that have been 21?
In Jacksonville?
Yeah.
I'll look
Lindsay
it up
couldn't have been
later.
There when Nicole dominated.
Yeah. We're just speculating.
Anyway, I'm taking Lindsay here. Great to see her out on this. With Nicole coming off a second place at the FISO 3K and then a win on the 15K, Lindsay we've seen last in Palmerton in dominant fashion and for a 3K race. The sharpness, I would imagine, is in Nicole's favor here, but just the dominance that we've seen from Lindsay. And if this is going to be more of a mountainous course, these descents could matter. I mean, it's not like I said, it's not a ton of climbing and descending, but it's not zero, and that would definitely play in Lindsay's favor for this race. So, give me the GOAT, dude.
Good pick. I'm taking her counterpart, Nicole.
That's who I would have drafted number one, honestly, Jack.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, everyone else will be able to make their... I'm doing the prediction contest, so look for that tomorrow. I guess on Wednesday it should be up, and you can decide who you think's going to win.
I agree with your pick.
Nicole's won a 3K world title before. I don't know. I could have taken a guy, but can't leave Nicole on the board for you.
No, and she's not facing steep technical descents, which is a question she hasn't been able to answer yet because she hasn't chosen a race like that yet since surgery. This is going to be, in theory, a very runnable course. She is way sharper in obstacle skill right now than Lindsay, just based off of who's run what lately. And Lindsay's 3K win was not a 3K like this is a 3K. She won a crawling competition. And she's the greatest ever, and she deserves all the credit. But Nicole's primed to beat her right now.
Nicole has done some of those Cirque Series races. She's in at least one, or I thought, right?
She ran the VK.
Oh, she didn't do.
I'm not saying she didn't. I thought she ran the VK at Broken Arrow.
I think so too, but I think since there was one in A Basin out here, which was like 10K with some descending, I thought that they
had a Utah one. They had an A Basin one. I think she did one of them.
Okay, well, good. I just think she's primed to. I think Lindsay has to be the least prepared for OCR she's ever been in her career.
But let's
which
not
is right when
Nicole,
she shocks us, right?
Yeah, Nicole lives at altitude, so it's not going to affect her. Lindsay's been out there. She always does well at altitude, but having that
been out there
built into your body helps a little bit.
Recently, she hasn't been out there, right?
What was that?
She hasn't been out there recently.
She flew to Colorado with Ryan like a week ago, and they were in Boulder, and then they took a road trip out to like Oregon and California. They've been posting some stories on it.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
It's Lindsay.
BK.
She's going to be good.
Who you got?
Ryan Atkins.
All right.
What this family does to me is whenever I doubt one of them, they win. So since I'm doubting Lindsay, I'm hedging my bets with Ryan.
That's smart.
I'm looking at the list. Who's going to beat him? There's someone here who has, and that someone hasn't been running a ton.
I don't know.
However,
yeah, the men's field could be up for grabs for the podium, truly. But
yeah,
I think there's a couple names on here that might be able to contend. But this seems like a good pick. Good pick, BK.
there were a few names on here that I would have considered, but they're not on here.
There are some people in the world.
Absolutely.
There are names I thought were going to be on here that aren't. And since they're not, I mean, what do you do about it? So I think what you do is you hedge your bets even further, and then I draft Rylan Shadag next.
Oof. Going dudes. Wow.
Makes sense.
That is the answer, right? Like the person who might be able to beat him could be Rylan. But we don't know. I mean, obviously his fitness and when it comes to DECA and machines, his aerobic capacity is big. And he's strong and he can do obstacles for the most part. But we just haven't seen him run.
He would have got second place last year without Chalkgate in the 15K.
Yeah, 15K.
And he got fourth in the 3K.
When he's healthy-ish, he can scream up and down a red-lined climb and descent at altitude like anyone can. And he's generally really, really solid on obstacles. So maybe it's name recognition and I'm not giving other people respect they deserve, but these two seem like the cream of the crop on the men's side.
Yeah.
And he's altitude adjusted.
For sure.
That's huge when you start at 8,300 feet. I mean, they're starting what some altitude races top out at. I just don't think you can overweight that.
This shit's going to suck. This duration at this altitude is going to be a super not fun race, especially coming from someone coming from sea level. They're going to be like, yeah, whatever, 3K, no problem. And then they're like 5 minutes in.
The worst distance.
It's going to be a problem. Yeah, terrible. 15K will be much more
20 minutes
enjoyable.
At altitude?
Awful.
I
at
couldn't think of a worse.
Oh. No, dude. I skipped this race. And I live at 56. You know? Ooh. Jack, what are you sitting at right now?
I'm like 59.90.
Wow.
If I'm on my roof, I'm at 6,000 feet, but I'm just under 6,000 in my house.
Kent's around 6,000, a little bit above, and he's like, oh, when I come down to 55, you know, I'm feeling great.
No, he can't.
All right, dude.
Yeah. Okay, Kent.
Live high, train low is from your roof down to your basement.
Castle Rock to Denver. Yeah.
Yep.
Jack, what you got?
Oh, so I've actually got an altimeter. It's saying 59.94, so 6 feet up. If I jump, maybe I'll get it.
I'm 54.02.
So I'm just taking women off the board. I'm going Rose Wetzel. She has podiumed before in the 3K, I think a couple years ago, and lives at altitude. Or actually, I don't even know where she lives anymore. I thought that she was in Colorado, but she seems to bounce around a lot. But she's already out there, has a track record. I know she's a little bit past her prime and didn't have like the best race in at FISO in Belgium. I don't think that it's going to be as challenging. This is more West Coast style trails, and she's always had success on that. So I think I had to take her off the board.
She's shown pretty well at OCR World Champs in the past. Let me talk about how her obstacle game is solid, but not like fluid. It's not fast. She can get through things, but she loses time on these things. But in this field, I mean, someone's got to get third.
Yeah.
Those are facts.
Those are facts, and might as well be her.
We've seen races where there have only been one finisher at European OCR World or OCR Champs a few years ago. So
sometimes there's one person starting. Maybe someone won't get third. Races.
Yeah,
when she's had her most success, it's been on these courses in recent years. It's been Utah. It's been Big Bear. These are the places she's had her battles with Chris and with what's her name? Completely blanking.
Her name.
Rhea.
Annie.
So
Rhea.
And Annie. And so if there is a place for her to recapture the thing that got her here in the first place, it's here.
All right, I'm up. I'm the one who's up. I'm taking Manu Defoix.
First time I've turned him down. stupidly.
I'm happy. I'm very happy that he made it here. Manuel Dufault, we've seen him now. He's just like a household name in the United States. He's just over here doing really well in that
Mexico
3K
the week
series.
after also.
Oh wait, that's next weekend?
Yeah, the week after.
Can I go to that one?
If you
You're
want
not
to.
qualified.
I mean, you've been practicing your Spanish recently in Spain, so.
See. So is there? But that's not a one that we'd have to qualify for, right? Isn't this the open
No.
after the championship?
Yeah, championships. You have to series. It's invite.
You still have to be
and
accepted in.
I think since you got a podium last year, you're like guaranteed if you wanted to race it.
Ever heard of OCR stars? I'm gonna send them my resume.
Yeah,
Deca World Champ.
They would
That's
be
a
happy
that's
to
a free
see me.
pass
That's
into
probably-
any OCR.
right in line.
Same. All right.
Now the head and shoulders above everyone else, he was the one remaining. We've never seen him miss a podium, right?
He has no problem being
No.
hyper competitive. He'll stick his nose in it. If we're watching this, we're gonna see him in the top 3 to 5 right from the jump. And he's been practicing this duration for
He's raced OCR
A
World
year.
several times as well.
how does he
He's
do?
done well at altitude.
Has he done? Yeah, he's definitely done well at altitude. Like he lives in
No,
Switzerland.
I said and he's done well at altitude.
Yeah. I got you.
How does he do at OCR World Championships in the past typically?
Let me pull him up. Keep talking for a sec.
I can draft somebody else too. I'm ready. I'm locked and
Yeah,
loaded.
do it.
Actually, give me a second. I take back what I said.
The word's your bet. You have to choose now.
I want Leon here.
Yeah.
Let me give you Manuel, and then we'll move on. So he was 6th place 2021 in the 15K.
Where's he looking?
11th last year in the
have, like, a
3K.
file? You looking in a file cabinet?
And I have a separate
Like hard
tab.
paper?
And it's on
Where's
separate
the
windows, so
tab?
we can keep this on the screen.
How many screens you got? Like 20 up in your spot? I can
2.
see you have like a
Why is
whole
it so
big-
low? Did you keep your
I'm
other
on a standing
monitor
desk
under
right
your
now.
desk?
We need to
I'm at
get
a
you a
standing
couple
desk.
risers.
Jeez, here we go. Here it is. So Manuel Defoe, 4th place in the 15K last year, 11th
Nice.
in the 3K. So
That's not great.
Yep.
We need better out of that this year. We need better out of that this year. But he's been practicing his duration. That 3K distance is something he's been doing. And we see him. He puts his nose in it. I'm happy to have him on the squad. International, so Jack can't have him. Leon, also international. Jack can't have him. Lindsay, international for me.
international.
International
This
for
is unreal.
sure. I'm
only
all
picking
team
Americans,
international.
that's it.
You only have Americans, and you will pay the price on that one. So Leon here, I mean, he did. It was top 10 at FISO. What was he, 6th, I believe, in the 3K. So when it comes to technical obstacles, he's probably going to be one of the best out there in the field. How he'll be able to handle this type of running at altitude? It's always going to be a roll of dice for him. How well he's going to be able to hang with the bigger engines out here. But in this field, there's not really many other athletes here who are going to be able to outrun him to the point of him not being able to make it up on obstacles. So I think that he should do really well. Did you see the one, Spartan bought the race, right? There's going to be a dunk wall. Right? I don't know. I don't know what the ins and outs are, but there's a Spartan dunk wall in this race, which I think is lame.
Walls. So
in the
walls,
3K?
I looked at the
if
map.
It's in the 3K, that plays.
That definitely plays. I don't know
if
it's in the 3K. I don't know if it's in 3K. Spartan has anything to do with it. They'll be.
The pro heat, they go off around noon for the 3K.
It's
first
gonna be
thing
cold,
for the
right?
15K. I know, but it'll warm up for the 3K.
Even just
15K,
wet
that
hands
might
on
really-
these things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cold, wet hands. Dunk wall's stupid.
Yep.
I'd rather them have like a bucket carry or something in this rather than like a Spartan dunk wall. I think, are they bringing back the toothpaste carry?
The
tube sock?
Sponsored by Crest. Yeah.
Sponsored by Gold Toes. All right, Jack, you're up.
All right. I know Bracken is going to pick this athlete if she is still on the board, so I'm just taking Tiffany
on.
Palmer.
You can't take her.
Nice.
We're blood
I
brothers.
just did.
I would. She was the female that I would have taken.
Yeah, she's your former co-ed team relay world champion, right? You and Gowiski and Tiffany, was it?
People think that
Winter Park Athletics athlete.
Winter Drive.
My bad, dude.
Not Collard Park in the house. Listen, people think that just because I got obsolete, I started sniping these different doubles competition. No.
Been doing it for a while.
Tiffany Palmer and I won in Canada back in like 14 or 15.
They were, and even further back or 17, so almost.
I won the team race at the inaugural World Championship in King's Domain. I've been sniping team championships since they became a thing. I've been a cherry picker from day one. Do not accuse me of doing something new with that. I will always do that.
How about Extreme Nation? You were on a team there, right?
Yep. Yeah. If you put together a team in an event that some people don't pay attention to, I've been there. And I will always be there.
Except for Deca's
shamelessly.
Because you don't compete.
I don't compete.
Tiffany's got top 5 before solo, and I think she is the best talent left on the women's side.
She's got her grip is as good as anyone. She can do these obstacles. It's not going to be a problem. Her fitness is generally good. Like, I can't see her showing up out of shape to the point where she'd be out of contention. Yeah, she's going to be fighting for this podium for sure.
Yep.
The only question I have, and I was absolutely going to pick her next, Jack.
I knew it.
So, block card.
Oh, block card.
Brutal.
Dang.
With the block card.
Let's go.
Oh, my goodness. Did it feel good to just let it play out for a while first?
Damn. You knew you were going to do that this whole time. That's brutal, Bracken. Can't be doing that.
So now that we've answered the only question about it, Jack, who are you going to pick now?
Wow. Let's just say I'm picking for a few more people. Wow.
Oh, that's every bit as good as I dreamed about it.
I'm gonna lose now. Where's Thomas Van Tonder? I need that guy.
Where's TBT? You gotta take him.
Man.
Now you're gonna have to choose someone foreign.
Oh,
and wow us with your knowledge.
So I'm picking. Okay, man,
we're gonna look back, and this is gonna be the moment my season turned around right here.
This is it.
All right.
Wow.
You know what? Van Palmer. I am gonna pick an international athlete. She's in Colorado right now. Signe Costa. I'm picking her.
That played out exactly how BK said. He's going to pick somebody, and then he's going to have to mansplain to us who this person is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Give us some boy math, Jack.
Yeah. So Signe, she was top 10 overall last year running in the age group division, doing pro this year. Fantastic at obstacles. They have a lot harder ones in Norway where she's from. I just think it's going to, and she's been in Colorado for a couple of weeks. Elevation is not going to impact her.
What are Norway obstacles like compared to OCRWC?
Just like troll noses swinging from.
Troll noses, yeah. You have to solve the puzzle of.
I'm curious what event you were referring to in Norway that the obstacles are much harder than this.
Wait, what?
You said she's from Norway, where obstacles are much harder than this.
They have a lot of races like Toughest and Strong Viking up in that part of the world, and those are harder than most obstacle races. So she's done them. You're just mad that I'm gonna get someone who's. I know. I'm just kidding. I wanted Tiffany, but Signe, I honestly think she has a real shot at top 5.
Who's she training with right now?
She's staying at Tamara's house, and she and Leon and Ida's there currently as well. But yeah, I believe in her. Hung out with her. She's really cool.
Okay, I'll take Tiff here, if you don't mind.
Take her. You earned this.
Who do you pick?
This?
Tiffany Palmer.
He's just not going to take Tiffany Palmer.
Yeah.
He's just going to let her go.
Yeah. And I'm tempted to go Deca here. I'm tempted to go hybrid, but I'm going to stick to what I know best. So give me Julie.
What you know best, huh?
Nice.
Look at
dude.
that.
Nice, dude.
I got it.
She's also in that Deca space, though.
She is.
She's both. She's crossover.
I think Ryland's going to have her ready for this.
We've seen her at a podium in the Spartan 3K earlier this season. She has a Deca. She's going to be right on the fringe of that top 20. maybe she caught a roll down as well. But yeah, she's a good athlete. This is a good pick.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
This was a great round for me. Best round
Nice.
I've ever had in my life.
It's pretty good, man. You got
The best.
bookmark this one.
Yeah. All right. I'm going with my dark horse pick to make the top 5. He beat Lindsey Webster and Jesse Bruce last year. Stratton. It's only like 18 years old. Yeah,
Nice dude.
She got like 10th or 11th overall.
Make your
Bottom
pick.
line, she's kind of.
It doesn't strengthen
she's the Riker line.
our sport.
She's the Riker line. We've mentioned it before.
Probably is.
I'm going Noah Busher.
Busher
Young
the
gun.
Busher.
A young buck.
He's been on. I did some article or some post a while ago on like the names under 20 to watch, and he's been on like Teen American Ninja Warrior or Junior Warrior, whatever the show is. Unbelievable grip strength. He can run. He's a low or sub 17 5K guy, and I know that that's not super fast in the running world, but in
Nor
OCR
very
that's
specific.
good enough. The what?
You said it's not super fast. I said it, nor is it super specific to say that
No.
he's low or maybe sub 17.
Low to mid to high.
Listen, I gave some real data that he had beaten. If Jesse Bruce was on the board right now, I'm sure he would have got taken. So this guy beat him
Just
last year.
don't think you can give good data and then shoddy data and excuse the shoddy data by saying, well, it was preceded with good data.
All right.
Yeah, canceled out.
I'll let you guys be in
is
charge of stats from now on.
Jack's
Block
taking
card.
his ball.
Yeah,
He's taking
block
his ball
card,
and going home.
Yeah, I block your stats. Here are the new stats. Yeah.
Is Noah?
No, I'm
is
blocking you, making me do stats.
You've already used your
The
block
tough
card.
part is I can't see you guys right now because I have the Excel sheet up, so the timing's a little off.
Oh, okay.
But
Whatever.
anyway,
Timing is everything in comedy.
True. If Jack will be the first to tell you that.
on this show specifically.
Noah, does he train in Grit? Is he the young dude who's down there?
No,
Where
I
does
thought
Noah
he's like
train
in
out of?
Ohio area.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice. I like it. That's your first dude.
Yeah.
The young gun leading
First
the way
dude.
for you. All right. I am up. Me.
Twice.
Me twice here. Let's see what we got
See.
on the dude side. I am going to take. Let me get Ian here. Ian Hosick.
Good track record at OCR Worlds.
He's got some international travel under his belt. Trains and lives at altitude.
Big
So
international
he's-
trip for him coming up.
These like the international obstacle experience.
I know.
This because even just going out to FISO, it's going to help prepare you much more for this event from a U.S. athlete, just because we have nothing like this here. Even like Savage isn't
Yeah.
like these. It's not the same thing. So I think going out there, taking some lumps, just be seeing the style, seeing the kind of the way that the top athletes are able to kind of move through things. I think that'll make him more prepared again, and at altitude can climb really well. In Hosek, and then give me Callie Sheridan here.
Calypso.
Calypso.
Or Callie, I guess.
Just wondering
Sheridan.
when you were going to dip hybrid.
I'm in the hybrid world now. I mean, she's going to be as fit as anybody on the line, especially remaining. Her fitness is and like the way that she's been able to perform in what some might call goofball games, and how she also competes at these Deca Fit pieces as well. She's just talented, man. She just has a lot of ability. I don't know. I have no idea how technical obstacles are going to go for her. I don't know. Have we seen
She's done
her?
Savage.
She's done Savage. That's good. But I'm
3K
banking on the
usually
talent
doesn't
here.
have the most technical. Like you might get something like Skitch.
But the flow of getting through obstacles matters.
Yeah.
Even if it's like
I would
if you
say
can't,
3K you
Kempson.
can muscle more.
but if you complete it, you can still lose ground, right?
Definitely.
To someone who's a little bit more
Yeah.
smooth. So I don't know what her ability is like on that, but banking on the talent. There's water in this one. We talked about dunk wall. She's going to be the best in the water. That's for damn sure. That's for damn
right.
sure.
Big
So Big. She's gonna put on big moves there.
Take seconds back there.
So yeah, I don't know. There's a couple of the names on the board that potentially I could see being a toss-up. But again, she's as good as anyone in terms of fitness. So let's do this. Jack, you're up.
All right. Me, I'm going with the most race-ready person in this field. Guy's done like 25 races this year already. Ethan Brown. He raced at OCR Worlds in the past. So I think he's the safe bet at this point.
Jack and I have the same draft card today.
Same card.
Black card already used.
Yeah, you can't block him.
We're working off
the
same play sheet.
Our guy races a lot. A lot. So yeah, like you said,
I've got some trivia for him coming up in a week or two. Yeah.
Race brain teaser. Jack's facts.
I do have one on OCR World, so remind me later today, and after the 15K, I'll do it.
Oh, I thought you meant like 4 or 5 p.m.
No. All right,
Remind you later on today.
Later today.
Okay, you're up.
I'm awake.
Okay, I would like to have, please, John Howard III.
Okay. He was also out at FISO, right?
Yes.
So again, getting some of that international race experience.
Don't know how he did off the top of my head.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. How do you do, Bracken?
I will take Lauren Griffith.
Dang. Shoot.
That's a black card on a Rich, preemptively.
I
Lauren
could hit you with this.
The hybrid rankings.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And we've seen her in the 3K series. Again, technical obstacles, no idea.
No clue, but she's got engine and toughness. And at this point, I'll take it.
I like the way she races. Sticks her nose in it for sure. We've seen her stick her nose in the 3K series, in DECA, not afraid of anybody. I love that. Again, I have no idea what her technical abilities are like on these. So,
but if you give me altitude, 3K duration, and this time trial format where it really screws with your head, give me a good engine with good toughness.
She live at altitude, Jack?
I thought she lived in Utah. I might be wrong. Maybe she did at one point in the past, but
so it might be good for you, Bracken. Who knows?
Either way, altitude slows the race down.
She did well at Big Bear, which is at altitude. Because she was the first one out after Nicole didn't race in the finals, so she was like 6th or 7th, and then I think she was 7th or 8th. Palmerton, she made the finals there as well.
My take is that at sea level, obstacling fast matters more because there's going to be less discrepancy on the running. At altitude, where people are going to be really working at different work rates based on how their engine handles the altitude, you can make up some time, even if she may not be technically proficient, which I don't know. Maybe she is, but she's going to have the engine to work through that. I mean, what does DECA feel like? DECA feels like you're at altitude. Always. She's going to be fine.
I thought my blood was going to explode through my skin on that assault bike last time. So, yeah. It ain't good. All right, Jack, you need a dude.
Yeah, I'm going international on this one. Probably not who you expect, though. I'm going... Well, I did Signy earlier.
You do have one. I know.
Got to have one on the men's side as well. I'm going a guy from South America who you've probably never heard of, Jorge Silva.
What was his 5K when he was 19 years old?
CrossFit measurement or regular? But no.
Good question. He's a 145 CrossFit 800 guy.
Yeah,
that
means a lot.
Slow.
That sucks.
134 is where it's at.
So you're telling me he's slow.
Don't even make the finals.
Tell us about this gentleman, Jack.
Jorge is whenever I look up results for South America throughout Chile, and they have some races in Brazil as well for Spartan Race. He is always on the podium, first, second, sometimes third, but usually he's in second place behind one other guy down there. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just willing to take a waiver on him. I've looked on his channel. He seems he's got decent grip strength and stuff. Worth a flyer. Why not? And I had to pick someone internationally realistically.
True.
Yep. Rich, you must pick a woman and then whatever you want for wild card.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna stick in the hybrid world, dude. Give me Katie Duke here.
Duke, I
That's
like
what
it.
I was going to take with my wild card.
She's one of the best athletes this
I
year in
can't.
Deca Mile. We've seen her in a good Deca Fit as well. Strong competitor. Again, I'm just betting on the fitness, betting on the talent here. No idea how she does obstacles.
Oh,
No idea.
She's got really good obstacle game. Go on her
Great.
Instagram, and there's some videos of her. I was 100% going to take her as a wild card, thinking that no one would have taken her.
Please.
She could get top 5 in this race.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Like there could be someone who emerges out of this, and just based on her fitness alone. She's somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, I think.
Idaho, I want to say. She's usually
Nice.
wherever Greats and Kilgore lives. She's always at that gym.
Yeah. Yeah, so that might be altitude, actually. Great.
Yeah.
Nice pick, me.
Your pick gets better and better the more you find out about it.
I'm smashing. I'm crushing today. All right. For my wild card.
There's some good names left on the table here, especially on the female side.
There is. The female race seems to be a bit more competitive and deep. Would we agree?
Aye.
Seems like it.
So for that reason, I'm going dudes. I'm going to go with my guy, Sam Osborne here.
Colorado. Yep.
Colorado guy. He was out at FISO as well, getting a little bit of that international course experience. He's just he's really fit. He's just been on the edge of having a breakthrough in these races, just making small mistakes here or there. So if you put together a full 3K, I can see him pushing into the top 10 of this field.
Yeah.
I believe he's doing a little bit of wearing Ryland's jersey. Get a little bit of transitive property there. He's the one. Did he pick up Ryland's uniform overseas?
What do you mean? Just wearing what his shirt?
I thought you raced at FISO also.
In it?
In his
I don't know,
shirt,
in it.
his literal shirt?
I thought he was in Belgium. Maybe I'm confusing him with someone
He
else.
was, but I think he picked up Ryland's packet and he had pictures with it on. So if that transfers down at all, he's got some dog in him.
It can't hurt. There's no way that's
if you wear
a
a
negative.
pro athlete's jersey, you instantly turn into them. So yeah.
I need to, yeah. Okay. Sam Osborne's my guy. Jack, wild card. Who'd you need?
This is gonna be tricky. Might as well go South America again. Let's go Florencia Cano. She's done OCR Worlds at least the past 3 times, 2021 and 22. I know that, and she was in the low teens. And several of the names who beat her are not at this race, so I feel like she'll just kind of move up the leaderboard naturally.
That was my scouting report on her as well. Took the words out of my mouth.
Would use his block card again. It would use his block card for the 3rd time today, but
Yeah.
We have the same draft sheet, remember? So Bracken was totally going to take her.
I'm torn on a few. I want to take Alicia Keeker. She's also a doubles champ. Runner up. She's got some dog in her. But I'm not going to take her because she sided with Riker and competed against me, so she's forever my enemy.
right.
I want to take Chance Hood because that's a sweet name.
That's a sick name, dude.
Manuel Sierra Camacho probably has some upside here.
Camacho.
And he's international. But instead, I'm just going to take an absolute flyer here and take Ida.
I was going to do this. As well.
Because I trust my squad.
Here.
You don't need her. But if she shows up, it guarantees a victory.
Big time.
Give me Ida, and then I'm going to just blow up her DMs trying to get her to go. I'm going to call upon the race brain devoted following to let's get Ida to Mammoth. Hashtag it. Get it trending.
I like it. I thought about that too. Just that she's here,
Why not?
Defending champ. Yeah.
Treat it like a Kempson pick.
Yeah.
Should have taken Kempson.
Those really, seriously. Maybe for the next round. Okay. Want to run through these real fast?
Yeah. Rich, go over your team, unless you want me to filter it.
I got Manuel Defoe, Leon Kofood, Ian Hosick, Lindsey Webster, Calypso Sheridan, Katie Duke, wildcard, Sam Osborne. This team is boomer bust on the women's for sure. Like the Calypso, Katie Duke picks, they're everything for my team.
You're going to guarantee top 5 for all your men and Lindsay's
Men should be
top
good.
2 guaranteed. So I think you've got a good team.
Top 5 guarantee for all men? I don't know about all that, but
Manuel, Leon, and Atkins. Oh, sorry, Atkins is on.
You didn't have Atkins.
I wish.
Okay, my bad. I can't read.
There's no invisible block cards.
The men should do well. Okay. Jack,
right.
what's your squad?
I had the second pick. I picked Nicole Miracle, Rose Wetzel, Signe Costa, Noah Busher, Ethan Brown, Jorge Silva, Florencia Cano. So I'm leaning heavily on Team South America to get me some points. Feel like my women's squad is pretty strong. Men,
rock solid.
Hit or miss.
Question marks. It could definitely have huge potential because this men's field, it's not that strong. Honestly, when looking at it now, it's like, who's going to be top 5? It could be a number of people. So it could definitely be all 3 of your guys could be in the top 8. But probably not the top 3.
Yeah.
Well, I was given scraps, and I took those lemons, and I made myself some chicken salad here. Ryan Atkins, Rylan Shottegg, Tiffany Palmer,
block card.
Julie Best, John Howard, Lauren Griffith, and the waiver of all waivers, Ida Steensgoord.
Yo.
I don't need her. I've got a top heavy team that can do some damage, but my middle's pretty strong, and we just need one. We need one to step up. That's where I'm sitting. And if Ida hits, it's over. It's another 15-point score.
Your team does look good.
That's nasty.
Your team looks good.
Yeah.
We need Tiffany Palmer is not only my block card, but she's kind of my wild card. We just haven't seen her race very often. She lives in California, so it's easy travel. But the downside is that what if she's going here only because she lives there? I've lost touch with Tiffany over the last few years. I don't know what her training's like. But she could be a big wild card.
We see her show up at these events that are on the West Coast now and just do well. She doesn't seem like Big Bear. She's done this a couple of times where it's just like, we don't know. And then she comes out and she's like top 5.
She just seems like fitness is such a way of life that she's always fit.
Yeah. Right. I think so. I think that will be just fine.
So I've got Tiffany's stats pulled up. She got 5th place in the 3K in 2016, 5th place in the 3K in 2017, 5th place in the 3K in 2021, and 10th in 2022. So she's got a good career.
OG. She's OG, man.
Yeah. And I like the way she approaches obstacles. She's good at them, and she's safe at them as well. And people are going to be screwing up at altitude.
I love the Lauren Griffith pick, too. I was hoping that would make it back. Interesting to see how she does here.
I'm excited to see this, like, the hybrid community out here. I want to see Callie. I want to see Lauren. We can count Julie Best. Give her a flyer. She's in on the team, even though she's an OCR girl. But, yeah, Duke. It's going to be exciting to watch. I like that they're doing this.
Same.
I respect that.
You see that 3K? I've been prepping for DECA. Like 3K distance, no problem. Let's give it a go. This race is on. Is it on Friday?
Friday.
Historically,
noon or so West Coast time, I believe. Check the OCR report. They're going to have all the info.
Are we locked in? We locked in on this? Who's on the mics?
I think they're having in person, so it's likely going to be Fran and I don't know who else, but Fran's there. She's announced in the past, so it'll probably be in person. That's what Jason said.
Rich,
all right.
Why no VJ?
He's actually doing some goofy games this weekend in San Antonio.
San Antonio, yeah.
Yeah.
Rylan is competing in the 3K and then flying to the goofy games overnight.
Over at Alpha Warrior. This is an interesting event. Kent associated with it and kind of putting it together. It's more like a devil pick the hindmost style, so it's not games. It is a race. It's one race, but it's like you have a heavy pack, and then it's like a workout station. It's 50 cals or 50 reps of everything, and then an obstacle. And at a certain point, you get eliminated for not being in that top area. I mean, VJ's focused on DECA. You know, he wants to be ready for 3K Worlds as well. And this is just something that like he probably could have popped in this. And what's the worst place he gets in this race? Second.
First. Worst is fourth.
I would be stunned if he.
I'm not saying. We asked worst.
Worst would but with this duration,
but he wins.
Living in altitude.
I think he could win this race for sure. But he wasn't feeling that type of pop, that type of freshness. And if he's going to show up, he wants to be that dude the way he's been in the past couple of years. So
imagine being so accomplished that when you're like, I don't know, could I pop in and win a world championship? Yeah, but it's just not lighting the fire right now.
Exactly. Which is a great spot for him to be, right? Like, so he's working on the next thing.
Yeah.
So shouts to him and them goofy games.
Right.
Check out Alpha Warrior Race or whatever. Got some good names going down there. Yeah, it's VJ, Rylan, Jared Newby, Cole will be down there.
Right.
Meg's gonna go. I think. Oh man, volleyball player.
Lane is organizing it. Carly
Wopat. Yeah, should be interesting. They should be able to stream somewhere. Support our guy Ryan Kent. On to the 15K?
draft.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I got the big of names. The big of names? Is that what we say, Jack?
Big
Big of names.
That's Bracken. He
Pulling
says it
one out.
properly.
Pulling one out. Here we go. Oh, it's BK.
Ooh.
It's BK. What do you want to draft?
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to go first.
Numero uno. All right, big of names again. Let's see what we got. It's your boy. I'm going 3.
Wow.
I feel like your
Jack
team was
stumbles into a great spot.
I feel like 3 was the way to go in this field. Bracken's team turned out really good.
It
in
did.
The 3K.
So I'm looking at his team, and I'm like, I wish my team was that team. But not that my team's not going to be better.
No.
I could definitely win easily.
Gonna happen.
Easily could happen.
Bracken,
All
who
right,
you
got-
got?
Well, I'm taking Lindsey Webster.
That seems like a good pick here.
Kind of going out on not a limb at all and choosing the person that has the highest chance of being the greatest person that's ever done this sport.
I think that's a good call.
Can she lose to Nicole? Yes, she can. But
Nicole after
If
the 15K
there's-
victory in FISO, yeah.
But if there's only one person who could beat you in the entire field, that's the person you choose. You go with the person that really only has one competitor.
Good pick. How many times has she won the 15K, Jack? 20? How many times did they run this
Nicole.
race?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up. If you want me to, I can real quick.
Has she ever been beaten in a 15K at OCR World Championships?
Nicole got second in 2016, presumably to Lindsay. And
No, I want Lindsay's stats.
Oh. Let's see.
No, she's never lost her. Oh, she might have.
She DNF'd.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
3K.
Something happened there. 3K, she got second place in 2017.
She's never lost a 15K.
Never lost the 15.
Ida.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
Dude, nice job with these stats, Bracken. These are your stats. You're the stat guy now. These stats are sick, dude.
I hacked into
Thanks,
Bracken's
man.
computer and got all of his database for OCR stats.
Using my other hard drive, my other hard binder.
Yeah. All right.
Pull out the files from the cabinet. All right, Jack, you're up.
I've got to go Nicole. Like, she's probably going to get second place in this. She could win. And yeah, I just can't let Rich get Nicole.
Well,
Lindsay
great.
should win, though.
You're going to go ahead and take a second place right there. But after that FISO, that's a good win. And that was a pretty impressive win for that 15K.
Yeah.
Wasn't
it like 20 minutes between first and fifth? It was like an absurd margin. So you know her running's there.
Not on a mountain. I would be. What odds would you put for Nicole for this one?
Winning?
Yeah.
They're worse than Lindsay's.
Well, yeah.
But pretty close. I feel
Plus
like this is
150.
What?
Yeah.
No, I would put money. I wouldn't take that. I need bigger. I need more juice.
She's that good.
This is a Meg versus Lauren type of thing, in my opinion.
I just think this course is just not. I think the course makes it a completely different beast for
it helps
this.
Nicole.
No way. With 2,200 feet, I mean, it's not a ton, but like
in
Nicole
9 miles, that's
Tahoe.
what is that in 9 miles?
Nicole
240 some feet of vert per mile.
5%, double it because half of it's uphill, so 10% grade. That's not too bad.
This is runnable up, and it's not technical down, and she's adapted to altitude. I don't think it's shocking.
I ain't taking
wins.
plus 150. I ain't taking that. I need like plus 300.
No, that's way too disrespectful of a guy.
Lindsay's never lost a 15K. She's one of the best mountain runners in the world.
Nicole just won an obstacle world championship in the 15 or 14K distance.
That Lindsay wasn't.
Why would she have plus 300?
I didn't realize it was a different distance. I'm out on her.
Yeah, that's true. Because FISO didn't measure right.
I got that CrossFit wheel yards.
Oh yeah, they're about 1K short. Yeah, that actually adds up pretty closely.
All right, I'm fired up now. I'm taking Ryan Atkins. I'm going to follow the blueprint that BK laid out. No, he's never.
You drafted my team?
Yeah. Oh, he's not available. Then Tyler.
Oh, you're taking Tyler. Yeah, I suppose.
Defending
Blueprint's
champ.
there.
I take the defending champ. And Atkins did he end up getting second last year because of the chalk gate?
Because of Rylan.
Now, is it Gate's more like a cover up, right? That would be more like
That's true.
It's turned out to just mean drama.
Yeah.
It shouldn't, though. I thought it was more like a cover up.
It should be cover up. People are dumb.
It'd be chalk. What's just something that happened? I don't know. Chalk fiasco.
Chalk incident. Yeah.
The chalk incident. That's a better one. But yeah,
pretty much what it is.
I got the returning 1 and 2.
Although chalk is a cover up in itself.
It could. Now we're way down to double meaning territory.
2 good
I don't
picks.
know. 2 good picks here. Veerman, we haven't seen. Have we seen him on an op? Oh yeah, he's done the 3K. He's in the 3K series. Last year was his first ever OCR World Championships, and he went out and smashed. He's been in the mountains again this year. He's been doing some longer stuff. I can't imagine his fitness is going to be that better. And this course might be better for him because of the altitude. And the high altitude, he gets way out there. He'll be at the high peaks running around.
I think this does exactly what it did for me in the 3Ks. They balance each other out. Atkins has been dealing with a calf thing, which means he's been biking like crazy. And we all know what that means for Ryan usually, is that he usually comes out and dominates after
wins.
that. Yeah. And if he doesn't, Tyler's right there.
Yeah. I'm happy with this pick. I'm happy with these 2.
I'd like to decline the first pick now that I think about this.
You want to switch again? You want to switch?
Yeah.
All right,
Jack, you're up.
My pick.
Who you taking out of Atkins Veerman then? Those would be close odds.
So Veerman is off on the 3K. He's only racing the 15K. Atkins has the recoverability of better than anybody on the planet besides maybe Chris Rogloski, probably tied. And he has won the 3K before OCR Worlds, but I feel like just being fresh at altitude, I'd probably go with Veerman realistically.
All right.
If he has what he had last year, it's over.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. If he's better, even, right? Like, it's a full new year. He's young. Still getting better and better.
What are you putting for the odds there if you're Vegas?
I think it's almost even.
Even money.
Yeah. Zero surprise at all if Atkins wins.
For sure. For sure.
I think 15K OCR Worlds is the one thing he has not done at this point.
Atkins? He's never won a 15K?
No.
Oh, wow.
Not that I'm aware of.
That feels shocking. It doesn't sound right.
Because Albin had always come over?
Because Albin won everything up until 19. Kempson won 21. Veerman won 22. So, yeah.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure that's the one thing he's missing. So it might be that extra motivation.
Guess that's why they're showing up. Guess that's why they're coming.
Yep. All right.
It ain't payday.
Yeah. All right. My next pick, I think, head and shoulders above the rest of the athletes on the board. Annie Doobie.
Nice.
Just raced in. She got fifth, I believe, fifth at FISO.
Fifth or sixth, yeah.
She podiumed last year in the 15K, and I think she was fourth in the 3K.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that just like Tyler, she'll be taking the day off on Friday, not racing, and she'll be more fresh on Saturday. And I think that she kind of pulled that same strategy at FISO, and I remember she was pretty destroyed by the third day at OCR Worlds last year. So I think this is a smart move for her, and she should end up on the podium.
Good pick. I like it.
It's the right call.
Yeah, can't. Thing is, like, if can she, ascend and get into that top 2 here, right? I think that's more the question rather than is she going to be on the podium. Like, she's just has been able to deliver over and over, and she's
the way that
really
I see
good
it,
at obstacles.
Yeah, her odds of finishing in third are higher than a guy. Like, someone has to finish in third, but I feel like she's a safer bet to finish in third than any guy to finish in third. So that's why I went with her.
No doubt.
I like that.
No doubt.
But if there was one, it's going to be the guy I'm taking next, and that's Manuel Defoe.
Manu.
There we go.
I think Jack made my choices really easy on me because I do put him up with Annie, but I still think Annie is probably the right call, but it's easy now. And then obviously I'm just hitching my wagon up here to Tiffany Palmer.
Oh, I was going to steal her on my next pick if I had that block card, Bracken, just as payback. She's the gift that keeps on giving. She's set up to do really, really well here. I think we've picked this in finishing order outside of the top 2 could flip. And for Tiff to have possibly 2 top 5 finishes in the same weekend is just fantastic. And she can. Yep.
And historically at OCR World Championships, Manuel Defoe has been better at the 15K than the 3K.
Yeah.
I don't know what his training has looked like differently, but from what I've heard, he just runs the Swiss Alps.
That's all he does.
I mean, that's his training.
He just runs.
And so I don't see any reason why he can't still do the 15K well. I'm really happy with this round.
Manuel,
happy with it.
Yeah. Manuel has he trains in that hypoxic whatever, like his gym has access to that. So he's used to high elevation.
Oh, nice. Nice. That's the thing. Like, sleeping at it is one thing, but actually being able to train at it is just like so much more beneficial. So if you have,
he's been a third place monster all year. He's raced at OCR World several times. Like, the guy can travel internationally and do well. I'm not worried at all for him.
And people seem to get away in these races at OCR Worlds. Just people get out and don't come back. And he's willing, we've seen, to get out, even at altitude, and it matters.
Yep. All right. My pick, I'm seeing him tonight. Leon Kofod. Got to go for him.
Yeah.
Leon. Nice.
His mileage is so much higher than in the past that I think without having like 4,000 feet of climbing in this, it's a less about half the climbing in previous 15K courses. I think that's going to pay off a lot. He's going to be confident from his 3K the day before, and I don't think that he would have been racing this 15K if he wasn't sure of his ability to go longer. So I think he's a safe pick.
Where do you finish at FISO? 15K?
I'd have to look that up, but I thought that
top
he was
10. I thought,
yeah,
or maybe I was just
13th
like
or something. Or
yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit of a longer distance for him.
I know. Yeah,
he looks the part.
He has done like hour 45, 2 hour runs in Colorado already. So I feel like he can stretch it out at higher elevation. Like, he's been here for a while. He's fully acclimated. He's as good, especially
fully acclimated.
He's been here
for 3 years and I wasn't fully acclimated.
Yeah, it took me about 9 months.
Well, if you look at his Garmin watch,
9 days for 1 hour 45 run. I should have thought of that.
2 hours, Rich. He can stretch it out.
I should have thought about doing that.
If you look at his Garmin watch, he's always posting that he's blank % acclimated and stuff. And he's right up there. So, but bottom line, we mentioned the weather, that it's going to be cold in the mornings, and if we end up having nasty conditions, whose grip's going to hang on? This guy's. So I feel like he's a safe bet.
2 thumbs. Who has two thumbs and whose grip is
he
going to hold up.
certainly has taken the next step in his fitness this year.
Yeah.
So
his like run mechanics look really solid. You know, you think he would
looks
be
it.
You know, he really does look the part. So maybe with more volume, more efficiency, maybe you're right. An hour, 45-minute run, fucking does the trick.
Boom.
Just one run.
Acclimated.
Am I up?
Boom. Back to back, Rich. You can read.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lord. I don't know what to do. 'Cause now I'm looking at the... Let me see what to do here, fellers.
This is where I got Tiff last time. This was a big round for me as that third pick.
With that block card.
Mm-hmm. This was a big round, and this is where you're gonna make or break, Rich.
This race weekend counts as 2 races, so in the standings. So big implications. Don't want to get last.
This distance is screwing me up with some of these names remaining. Right, it's a lot of. I don't know what a lot of these athletes are capable over this duration, but I'm gonna go with Lauren Griffith here.
Oh, he wasn't letting me get back around to her.
Nope. So again, just competitive, stick a nose in it. This is like it's wide open. It's like this top 10 is just wide open. Where the dudes, like, it might be a little bit less certain. And then where are we at? Yeah, we've only had we've taken 5 women.
And 4 men. I mean, it was 4-4 before that last pick. It's not like it's crazy. Rich or 2 men, 1 woman.
Yeah, like what's the clear? I don't know.
I have my 2 picks made, set in stone, and I'm going to be absolutely melting down if people take these. So
You're going to melt down, Bracken, because I'm getting in your way, and Rich is also.
Oh, I'm going to melt down.
Give me that one that Jack took, the Sydney.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about her?
You could just rewind the tape.
Oh, man. I thought you had some new insight. Like,
I'm just
going to the table.
When I take her and she does well, I'm going to be like, I'm that dude.
Told you.
Fully altitude acclimated.
She's done at least an hour 45, close to 2 hours.
Really good at age group last year.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, that makes me feel confident. And,
she's foreign.
Yeah, she's going to get 6th place.
I can't wait to ruin Bracken's mood by taking this next pick.
You do it.
Okay.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
Grady Jackson. Doesn't seem like that's who you were going to pick.
He knew.
I almost took him.
We're in the same draft card. Son of a
man.
gun.
Grady Jackson, my boy. I think he was 7th or 8th last year. And as we mentioned, like half the field's not here. He's got to go up. He can run in the mountains.
He's going to do really well.
He's fit. So.
Yep.
So he was my pick.
I know. That's why I took him. We have the same draft card.
Man.
You could have left Tiffany on the board and taken him last round.
Disrespectful to Tiffany MF Palmer. Okay. You have anything else to say about Grady?
That you're going to regret not taking him in Tiffany's place.
I think she'll place higher than him.
Grady just competes, and we saw him do really well in DecaFit earlier this year. He doesn't really have a gym. He just kind of is a fit guy, and he's got a track record at OCR Worlds. So he's not racing the 3K. He'll be fresh. It worked out last year.
He's going to do
good
great.
Formula.
He's going to do great.
All right. Well, I'm still going to take the female I was going to take, who is Julie Best.
The best.
I just think she's going to have a really good weekend.
Grip strength paid off for her at Palm Beach, trained by Rylan. I think she lives in Utah. She's very, very race ready at this point. She's just raced a ton. I know a decent amount of them have been DecaFit, but she at least has that recent competition feel. So I think I agree with you.
And I think purely out of spite and because I believe in the youth movement, I'm taking Busher the Pusher.
Taking my next pick. You want to trade Tiffany?
Do I want to train my own person for the person I just picked?
Yeah.
Just swap those two. That's how that works.
Point. I did take Tiffany, so you're right. Yeah.
I'll trade Noah back to myself for Tiffany. Yes.
Yeah. That's disappointing. I wanted.
It was purely out of spite.
I know.
How was Noah doing on the longer events? Being younger.
Well, I've already stated that he's a low or below 17 5K runner, so he can extend all the way to 5,000 kilometers.
Mid to high 17s in the 5K.
I didn't say all three. I said two of those.
5,000K.
5,000. The 5,000 yard.
Crazy
5,000 yard. Yeah. He's nasty.
Yep.
But yeah, no. But does he how is he over the course of 15K? Any idea?
We're gonna learn today.
We're gonna learn on Saturday.
He beat Jesse Bruce and Lindsay in that.
He
his
beat
time
Lindsay.
was faster. So 15K, he's got the endurance.
Above the record line.
And he actually did a 50K trail run like a month ago. So
you can walk one of those. Yep. You can walk a 50K trail.
It's true. All right, my pick.
Rich's response: I could walk that.
I could do that. Hold my beer.
Dude, I could do that walking.
Yeah. All right. I don't think that you're gonna take this athlete.
And you should take him.
Call it. See if he doesn't get him or her.
All right. I'm going Cassandra Gill.
Oh, Cassie Gill.
Now she is fast. I know her PR is sub 17 in the 5K. She was a Division I runner, I believe, at Iona. I think she made the finals or just missed it at Palmerton. I'm just going, boom or bust in this scenario right here. But a lot of potential. She's won or podiumed several Spartan races in the past year or two. So good upside.
Nice, dude. What event at Iona? Steepler?
5K, 10K. I thought she was like in the high 34s for 10K. So that's an even better mark than the sub 16.
I don't believe I have a 10K mark.
At all?
I think I did a 10K trail race once, but that's it. No, I never ran the 10K, only 8.
Huh. Does D3 do 10? They do 10K though, right?
Nope. No 10K for D3.
It's 8K at Nationals?
At Nats and everything, yeah.
Didn't know.
Cassandra Gill, 16:57 and 35:09 are her listed PRs. So it's good.
Pretty good. He's pretty good.
5 years ago. Yeah.
Let's see how it does up the mountain with grip. We're going to see. All right.
I think she's on the East Coast, and I think she's won New Jersey. So that's a nasty conditions, cold mountain at the end of the year. So not elevation, but she's at least done a similar, profile.
Okay.
Back-to-back Rich.
I'm the one who is up right now. It is me. I should have something ready. I don't. This athlete has been disrespected this entire time, in particular by Team BK, what once was the Corral.
Oh,
Faye Morgan. Give me Faye Morgan at this.
I was taking her next.
Here. You've had all these chances. This is like our 20th round drafting. But the experience she has, the toughness, she's going to be able to run up and down. She's been here before. How does she typically do at OCR World Championships? She doesn't always participate, right? This isn't something that we regularly see her
track
at.
record. I don't know her track record at OCR Worlds, but she does have
filing cabinet.
A rental home.
No, this is a deep stat. I'm looking forward to this.
No, nothing.
No results.
No Faye Morgan at OCR Worlds.
Okay.
No.
Makes me a little bit nervous.
This could be a big mover for you.
But
no doubt.
Faye Morgan, I believe she has a rental house or a vacation home at Mammoth Lakes. So she'll be sleeping in her own bed, have all the comforts of a normal house before this race
That's
weekend.
Legit.
She might make bank by renting it out this weekend.
Right?
That's a good point. Yeah.
I'd sacrifice my race for a healthy Airbnb payday.
Yeah. A few $1,000. She'd probably make more than the winners.
Well, she's treated me well over the years. I hope that she just purely out of spite doesn't for you, but she's one of those athletes that if her obstacle technical proficiency is at all up there, she has a better engine than anyone we've picked recently.
She has so much
she
OCR
could be
experience.
that top 5.
You know, I think she'll be able to figure most of this stuff out as long as there's not something that height puts you at an extreme disadvantage for. You know,
you see things like
some of the obstacles are better if you're shorter.
To heaven and things like that, where sometimes people just get stuck. I don't know what her experience on this is.
Like that drop zone, like a Valkyrie, where it's like a longer reach type of one. She's so
but they have low rigs also.
Low rigs will be fine.
Yeah,
but there's gonna be a lot of walls, dude.
She's a lock for 8th to 10th place. Bottom line.
Shits are hard, bro. If you didn't know.
Yeah.
Then let me get Hosek here too. He's also being disrespected.
Speaking of disrespect,
you know? Everyone's disrespecting him. He's been top 5 at OCR World Champs before, right?
Both distances.
The 15K. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna pay off big for me on both races. Altitude, mountain guy.
He's got the highest ceiling left.
No, he doesn't. I'm just kidding. He does. Yeah.
In terms of what he's done in this sport, it just depends which year, Ian, you're getting.
I know. It's just been up and down the past 2 or 3 years to the point, but I mean, he had to prepare a lot for that FISO race, right? And just the inexperience of what that kind of course is, I'm putting his results on. But now it's kind of back more into like what he's more familiar with altitude and climbing. And now he's been practicing with these like technical rigs. This could be a really good outcome for him.
Yeah. Agreed. All right. I'm going the guy who, do you remember the covers last year where there was some guy who just like sprinted up the hill, like every single time that he got off an obstacle, he went in. Yeah, that's true. No, there were a couple times on camera. Fernando Valenzuela from South America, he just like moves uphill. He had the second fastest. I think he won the second behind Ian in the King of the Mountain thing at Stratton. So unbelievable climber. And he's raced OCR Worlds several times in the past, and I think he was 7th or 8th last year. Okay. 7th or 8th.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
So you cut the climbing in half, and we'll see how he does.
It's all good. Aaron Newell told me that he went down to Ecuador for like a month. Huh? What guy?
This was that guy then, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah, Aaron Newell said that Fernando's the best climber that he's run with who no one's ever heard of. So I don't know. Aaron's a great climber, so I think that there's some validity to that. I'll look up how he's done in the past, but
I like it.
Yeah.
BK. Man, and
Fernando was 10th place at the past 2 OCR World 15Ks, both years.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Goes out hard. Goes out like he's going to win. Fades to 10.
Right.
I'm going to take 2 true blue American men, Ethan Brown and John Howard III.
It's a steal for Ethan Brown.
Yeah, it is. Shocked that he's still here. I think he can do every bit as well in the 15K as he can in the 3, and I think John will do better in the 15K than the 3 potentially, so I'm happy with that.
I am a real American. I like it. I like it a lot.
All right. I'm going to go with the guy who I don't even know how to pronounce his name properly, but he has done well at OCR Worlds in the past, wins a lot of races over in Europe. Ronaldus Bugis, that might be how you pronounce his last name. Look out for him.
Buggies.
I will.
Yeah. He and Noah Busher are my 2, like, they're probably going to do better than you expect people this weekend.
Well, maybe better than you expect, but I drafted him.
Is there some sort of...
You knew about him ahead of time.
Are you going to have an article with that as a headline? Was it people that are going to do better than I expect?
So if you include age group and elite results, Ronaldus got 14th at OCR World's 15K in 2016, and that was a race that had Alban Atkins, Hunter, everybody else. So he can hang with the best when he's on.
Well, it was great. I'm going to take Calypso Sheridan.
All right.
Who knows? This is certainly a wild card, just like the long distance. I don't know how she does in technical obstacles. All I know is she's a competitor. It's been her whole life. And if she does well here, I won't be surprised if she ascends in this field.
Yeah. Ashley Heller's been disrespected today. IZZ's been disrespected today.
IZZ, we didn't get to say her name or anything. I agree.
Now we did. No one picked Ida. Interesting. But anyway, let's do the recap Bracken, if you want to go over your team.
Oh, do I? Lindsey Webster, Manuel Defoe, Tiffany Palmer, Julie Bess, Noah Busher, Ethan Brown, John Howard III.
Pretty solid crew, honestly.
It's a mid-pack crew that's all searching to go up one notch.
Yep.
Yeah. You have a lot of people who are in that, like, probably high end is 5th, but probably low end is 10th. So you've got a lot of, like, in-between people who could rise up. Yeah.
Pack run.
Yeah, we're going to pack run is right.
Exactly. My team, Nicole Miracle, Annie Doobie, Leon Kofod, Grady Jackson, Cassandra Gill, Fernando Valenzuela, Ronaldo Spugas.
It's a darn good team.
Should be good.
Damn.
And Grady should be on my squad, so.
Nah, but he's
That's
not.
a good squad.
Just like
right
Tiffany
there.
should be on my squad, but she's not.
She is never meant to be with
Here's
you.
a good team.
Ever.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, the thing is, if you got top 3 on the women for sure, and then it's like, I don't know what's going to happen on the men's side here for what you have. Like, these guys could be anywhere from 5 to 8, or
yeah, I agree. 5 need a score, or 5 score. So I just needed a couple guys to rise up. All right, Rich, your team. You probably have it written down. Yeah,
I got it written down. I got Ryan Atkins, Tyler Veerman, Ian Hosek, Lauren Griffith, Sydney Colosto. I don't know. Faye Morgan and Calypso
I think
Sheridan.
it's like
Colsto. This is all my dude. I mean, I need 2 of these women to show up and get somewhere like in the middle. Like if I get 2 of these women to finish like 8th and 9th, I think I should be good. My dudes are going to bring it though. My dudes are going to be out.
How about the dudes?
Better believe it.
I think I'm going to win that 3K, but Jack's got me worried on this 15K. Although, Rich, your team's very top-heavy.
Team is nice.
Some low sticks up there.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, Rich has got the glasses on. Wow. Okay.
Oh, you can see. Yeah,
I couldn't see that. No, because
I'm looking at my phone,
Excel
so I was like, I can't see these little fucking things. So I had to toss on the glasses.
Has that happened like in the past year or two, or
glasses?
Like everyone says, late 30s, early 40s. That's like you're gonna have glasses happen. I know you're 37 now, right?
I can't see shit. I try not to wear them too much, but I can't see a lick. It sucks.
Yeah. Jack, you still doing your eye strengthening?
Yeah, it works.
I need to do it.
List it off. What do I got to do so I don't wind up like Rich?
For the eye strengthening?
Yep.
Eye circles, these.
Eye circles, definitely. Oh, yeah, I did message you guys that.
Let me just... Blue
Yep.
lights, up and down.
If you lower the brightness on your computer screen, that helps significantly. That's what I found. And then there's like a lot of eye circles with your eyes closed as well, like you mentioned.
Oh, eyes closed.
I'll send you it.
Eccentrics, BK. That's the trick. Eccentric
It's like
eye
you
lowers.
trace the perimeter of like as far as you can go with your eyes, and like do that a few times. That'll really help.
What are we talking? Rep schemes, sets, frequency.
Frequency is a good one.
Often. That's what I would say.
I mean, more than what kind of refractory period are we looking at here?
Yeah, how much soreness should I expect?
Yeah, what can I push through?
It doesn't feel good like during the exercises, but I don't know. I found that turning your phone and your computer screen to the lowest brightness as possible, because basically you're just staring at a light bulb. If you turn those down, that helps a lot. And then every 15, 20 minutes, that's another thing with eye strengthening. Just look away from your screen and just stare, like whether it's a tree out the window or something. Like you're staring at something close. Now you need to look at something far for 15, 20 seconds. That recalibrates things a little bit and helps with the eyes.
My main issue, I just can't see the scores on sports games. I'm like, what's the score? Football's not that bad. Basketball's tough. It changes so often. Soccer's easy.
Once
to
you
track.
start like not being able to tell 6 versus 8 versus 9 or 8 or zeros, like that's when you know it's going downhill, I imagine.
Well, I had to get these because I went to the DMV when we just moved out here. My license expired, and I had to do like the eye exam there. And I was being so nice to this woman, and she was like really like wanted me to get my license through. And I'm like staring at the board. And I'm saying
an A.
I'm saying numbers or letters. I'm all over the place. I get close. Oh, I was like, I shouldn't be driving right now. You are correct. Let me go get this fixed. I'll be back.
Yeah.
You don't need visual acuity to drive well. You just need to get the general picture.
You gotta see the big stuff. You
don't need to see letters.
Seeing the exit names or that is helpful.
I'm glad you live up in Arvada, not near me. With
your driving. I wear the glasses, man. I'm good to go.
All right, Bracken, I found my eye thing. So your eye workout: close your eyes, cover with your palms, hold for 20 seconds, relax. All right, and then look to the right, hold for 3 seconds. Look to the left, hold for 3 seconds. Do that 10 times with your eyes closed. Or no, eyes open. Sorry.
Oh, and then, my goodness!
And then go to your corner.
Send it.
Then do that with your corners. Do that 10 times. So like on a diagonal axis rather than, and then afterwards do the rotation like I was talking about, 10 times in each direction. Or switch after one rep, and then do the up down 10 times, and then close your eyes tight for 20 seconds. So do all those. It takes like 5 minutes or so.
Just move your eyes around
daily.
Eccentrics. I'm telling you. What kind of load? What kind of load are we
working
with here?
Oh, definitely threshold eye workouts. We're doing that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Yeah, if we do
if
we
the
do
X
it,
day be then?
Do what?
For the X day, are we going full brightness for one day?
Just really soak it in. Gotta be
just stare at the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be ready.
All right.
You guys
want some OCR World trivia?
Okay. Jack's facts.
Do you guys
race brain teaser?
Yes or no? Should I count the 100 meters? Do you only want 3K and
no.
15K?
Big fat no.
Okay. 3K and 15K. All right.
Yes.
Name every single guy who has multiple OCR World podiums. 3K and 15K.
Podiums.
We'll do the same for women after. Podiums.
How many?
6.
Okay.
Albin's correct.
Atkins.
Yep.
VJ
and Kempson.
So we have 5 already.
6
4.
guys.
You have 4 out of 6 so far.
What's
Albin,
his,
Atkins, Kempson. Oh yeah.
Belisov or whatever.
Igor Belisov. Yep.
Good one.
Igor Belisov. 5. And then Kimmy?
No. Kimmy never ended up getting a podium. He just missed it.
What about like Woods?
No.
I know he failed out once.
Let me think back here.
You're gonna be mad when you hear this.
Like Hunter? No, he probably doesn't have 15K.
I think Hobie only did 1. Did Cody do 2? Cody Moat? He only did 1.
Cody Moat does not have multiple podiums. He does have one podium, just like Hobie. Yep.
One last guess. 3K, 15K. I feel like a fool.
You're gonna when you hear this
Give it
name.
to us.
Sergey Perelygin.
Of course.
So John Albin has 10, Atkins has 10. If Atkins podiums this weekend, he is the men's all-time leader in podiums for OCR Worlds. Kempson has 4. Very impressive. Sergey Perelygin and Igor and VJ have 2. So everyone else has 1. All right, let's move to the women. There are also 6. Which women have multiple OCR World podiums in the 3K and 15K?
We got Lindsay Nicole.
Correct. Lindsay 11, Nicole 5.
Karen Carlson.
Corinne Carlson has 6.
Ida
has 6.
What's it? Ulrike?
Nope.
No.
She's never.
Then what's her name? Swede.
You think it's Siri England, but it's not her.
Siri only has 1?
Siri only has 1 the first year.
Oh. Lisa Petrova?
Nope. Never.
Good guess.
Never. Well,
do you want me to give you a region?
Annie Doobie?
Nope.
No.
Annie has
give us
1.
a region.
1.
Both of them are from the U.S.
What? Has Rose? Roses have at least one.
Rose has one.
Would
I don't got it.
Amelia Boone?
Nope. Never.
Right. Give it to us, Jack.
Chris Rogloski.
Of course.
And Rebecca Hammond.
Stupid. Oh, wow. I wouldn't have got Rebecca
Hammond.
1 year.
People forget how good she was.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep,
Make sure we're tuning in to OCR World Champs. It'll be on OCR Report. Then, what's on the running public?
Well, we're continuing our series on how to train ourselves. So this time, this episode following up on last week is workouts you do that don't make any sense on paper.
That's
Sometimes you can explain them away. Sometimes you can't.
That's big time OCR and hybrid stuff. Like this just is going to be hard. So how about we do that?
So some check the box mentally. Some check the box physically. Some you're lying to yourself and they don't do anything.
They don't do shit. But if they make you feel good, if you think it works, it works. I had a bit of a recap on my most recent race in Madrid, just kind of like what that means moving forward, what that means training-wise, what that means mental. We'll get some...
Good episode.
Thank you. We'll get some more RMR content coming to you, but just solo pod this week. And I think I'm going to have an interview with someone outside of RMR this week as well, which should be fun. Should be super fun.
I'm doing Sarah Serena. You coming down for that, Rich?
Nah, in-laws are in town.
Gotcha.
So we're chilling.
One other race to look at in Europe, they have the European Elite Series, and they're having a 3K in Madrid this weekend. So if you stayed an extra week, maybe you could have done that. But they had their standard Beast Super Sprint throughout the year for their series, and their series culminates with a 3K. So a lot of athletes are staying over there to do that. So who knows? It might even
who should have stayed there and just wipe the floor with everybody. That's weird.
Well, he's coming to Mexico after to get his $5,000 for winning the series.
True.
So
true that. And then he'll only be probably 10 grand in the hole after all this travel.
Yeah.
All right. That's that.
So, boys.
Nice work. Talk to you next week.